back to my channel. My name is T and I love all things skin and beauty, and today we have a new palette, well, new to me, that has been sitting in my collection. I have not tried it at all, and it is the Danessa Myricks Freedom palette in the shade, or I guess you could call it shade or palette, but it's the Pastel Dream. I have never played with this before, but this is what it looks like, as you can see. And it's one of those where it comes in like an additional case, an additional color story that you can add or switch around, and her Freedom palettes that she has been curating. I'm actually kind of loving the fact that, you know, she comes out with these releases to make it even more custom for everyone, especially if you're traveling on the go. Again, I would be careful with how you are traveling with her palettes because the formula is very fragile. So if you are traveling long distance or whatever, where, you know, something might happen, you know, it might get a little bit rough, you might want to like add additional like cushion or bubble wrap because it will break. It will break, especially the mattes. So just be careful. But other than that, we're going to finally try this palette out. I do want to also still give this primer a chance. It definitely failed when I used the Lancome primer serum with the Teint Idole Ultra Wear one, which very, very matte, so maybe it isn't the right formulation to use because silicone, water, oil, all kinds of stuff like that. Some of them just don't mix with some, you know, foundations, so you have to figure out which formula works best for you with a primer by figuring out basically the main ingredients. If a foundation has water in there, and then basically you need to find another primer that has, you know, water. Same thing with silicone. If it has some silicones in there, don't use water. It will definitely cake up and not end well. And I think that's what happened with the primer situation. I was able to save it by using a lot of their setting spray. It was able to actually fix it, which is crazy because it's called Fix It and Forget It, but it definitely fixed it. I was able to save it. It definitely did not last though. And I think it was just the combination just wasn't it. So I think next time what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this primer here. I'm gonna use it one more time and see how I like it. Or I mean, honestly, I hate wasting things, so I might just give it some more chances. But I'm gonna use it with one of my favorite foundations, the Teint Idole Ultra Wear Care and Glow Foundation by Lancome. I have a feeling that this might go well with it. Not entirely sure, it's just a theory, just because it's one of their, like, it's supposed to be more hydrating than the Teint Idole Wear matte foundation, which was this one here. So if it can focus, there we go. It's focusing a little bit, but this is the foundation that I tried yesterday with the primer. It did not work, but this is more of like a matte finish, maybe satin, but it's definitely very drying, and that's another reason why you need like something a little bit hydrating for it. I normally use the Le Base Pro with this one though, because I don't find it to be drying that primer, especially if I prep my skin really well. I can get away with it. But it's been sitting in my collection, this primer, and I really want to give it a try. So we're gonna do it one more time. Again, it's a mix of, you know, Shop My Stash, new products, and obviously a, you know, palette that I haven't touched and it's been in my collection for some time type of vibe that we're going with, as always. So without further ado, let's just get into this. Get ready with me. All right, now I do have my, I'm just gonna get rid of this here because I really don't use it. I'm just gonna go in with a brush again, but this time I'm just gonna use this to kind of like even it out. I think that's probably what the right move is for this one, since how it performed wasn't really ideal for me. But I'm gonna take some like this, and it reminds me of like a cushion foundation, the way that it opens up like this, and then you can close it like that. And yeah, I'm just gonna do this to kind of spread it out. I think with this, a little goes probably a long way, and maybe I just used it too much, so we're just going to see. I did prep. I have skincare on. So it should hopefully get along with my skincare too, because skincare can sometimes make or break your base. So, but I think it's doing okay. So that's good. And if I need to add more, then I'll just go back in and then even it out. Because I definitely want to give this a try. I don't like wasting my money, even though it kind of looks like I do. This was not the goal in mind for you know, this channel. It was really just to use up the products that I currently have in my collection, and to remember the love and the memories and the reason why I purchased some of these products, really. And one of them is just also rediscovering the eyeshadow palettes that I brought and that I have not touched yet. So that's one of them. Okay, I think this is good enough, because, you know, one of my favorite primers to really use is from Lancome, and that is the Love Base Pro. So hopefully I find another love from their, you know, collection, but we shall see. I'm going in the shade 445 in, so 445 in, and yeah, we're just gonna see. One thing that, and I think I also mentioned in my previous video, is that I don't understand why we decide to put SPF in a foundation. Like, why? Why is that a thing? Because I just genuinely don't understand why. Like, I genuinely don't understand why, because it's not really going to help. You should be using a regular SPF. And I think it honestly makes it go bad even more with foundation. Now, granted, you should really be keeping track of, you know, the expiration date of that foundation once you open it, especially if you have fungal acne, you know. But other than that, it's just like, it defeats the purpose. Like, I'd rather them not have SPF on in these formulations. Okay, yeah. I think this is for this foundation, because already it's looking way better. Like, it's not breaking apart. Yeah. I think this is really the foundation that's going to work for this primer already. I get it, I get it, I get it now. I get it now. I get it now. I just sprayed some setting spray real quick to pat it into the formula as well. So that's what I'm doing. I just realized I'm covering. My bad. I need to pick a different mirror for this, but I will try to remember not to cover the camera. But yeah, one side pretty much done, as you can see. Doesn't look like anything is breaking apart because of this formula, which is great. All right, now gonna go on the other side. I really love this foundation too because you can really go full coverage with it, and it is, you know, not drying. It also still lasts too, and on top of that, you look really dewy, but in a good way. In a good way. We all know sometimes dewy can look really, really bad, but like this is really good. Okay. Yeah, this is what it's for. The primer is for this foundation for sure. I wonder if it said that already on the website and I was just too dumb to like read it or notice it. I don't know, but and I'm gonna put the rest on my nose. Obviously, I'm going to use concealer right after too to conceal and lighten some of the areas of my face as always, but this is so much better. Oh my god. Okay. That's what it was for. I feel so dumb. Like, I don't know. I feel like, but anyway, it's like, duh, of course the hydrating foundation would work with the hydrating primer. My bad. I'm sorry. So I guess I'm keeping this primer for basically for this foundation because it works really, really well with it. Like, it's not picking up, it's not separating. This is nice. Okay. And again, I'm just going back in with the setting spray to pat on top of the foundation. Okay, I feel so much better. I thought I wasted my money and I thought it was a dud. You know when you find a primer and you're like, oh, for this one it was like fungal acne safe, and I was like, oh, this is a fungal acne safe primer that I didn't know about. Let me go and try it out. And you know those moments when you find something new, no one's really talking about it, at least I haven't heard anyone talk about this primer, and then out of nowhere it doesn't work and you're like, oh, that's why. But no, it works, but it just works for this. It just works for this. I don't know what other foundations it would work for, but it works for that foundation, so that's good. And now I'm going in with the Teint Lancome. Wow. Going in with the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear Concealer. This is in the shade 460. One thing to mention is that the consistency of the shades are not it. Just not. Some of the shades don't correspond with the others, which is, you know, kind of annoying, but it is what it is. First off, I gotta find a concealer brush that I want to use. Ooh, I can use this. I'm gonna go in with the BK Beauty brush. This is in 109. I have a lot of these. Don't come for me, but they're really, really good brushes. And I'm just gonna spray my brush with some setting spray. And then I normally start going in as soon as I put it on. And I leave my under eyes last just to give it some time to do its thing. I don't like to leave concealer on forever because sometimes I just tend to forget to blend it until I'm done and I'm like, oh crap, I still have concealer I haven't blended in. So I just prefer to just not do it that way. So if you're noticing that it's kind of weird, I'm blending it right away, that's why. Because I always forget. All right, and over here. Okay, and last but not least, my nose here. All right, looking good here. Definitely love this concealer. All right. Now, I'm thinking I should probably go and do my cream products real quick. So I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Skin Kiss Glow Bronzer in Deep, because this is also a part of my stash. And I could probably take the same brush that I was using for concealer, honestly, because why not? I think it's fine. I think it is fine. Now, it's very pigmented, as you can see. So, it's nice to just, you know, spread it even around. I think I picked way too much, but it's totally fine. And I'm just blending out the edges. And bringing it up like so. And this is just creating shadows really, because it's more on the cool side. But I refuse to buy another one. So I am using this instead, even though I should probably shade down. And I'm gonna do my nose too, because why not? Okay. But other than that, you know, it's a fine formula. It's just that I need a different shade. But as big as this is, maybe I'll give it to my sister and get like a different shade and see how that go. But like I can still make it work though. That's the thing. Once it's blended out, I can still make it work. It's just not on the warm side. It's more on the cool side for me. Definitely not giving sun-kissed, for sure. But the thing about, you know, doing cream and powder is that I can always put a powder bronzer on top of it that brings in that warmth back. So I'm chilling as a cucumber right now, to be honest. I'm going in with the Haus Labs Glassy, Color Fuse Glassy Blush Balm in Rosetta. So it looks like this. As you can see, it's really, really cute. I love these so much. I have a lot of them, but I'm gonna go in. This can probably work. This unnamed double-sided, I said unnamed, double-sided brush, I'm going to use instead of the Sigma brush. I'm going to use that for powder later on, but going in like that, and I'm just going to tap it somewhat above and on top of the bronzer. Like so. As you can see, look at that. And it's buildable too, which is amazing. I hope you guys do not hear that car alarm, but yeah, probably do. Somebody better get their car. Somebody better get their car. Yo, the weather has been wild in New York. It was thunderstorming late last night out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, it just happened. I feel like that's going to be our summer. It's going to be really, 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 really hot, and it's going to thunderstorm in random moments. Summer ain't the same no more, and it's global warming. Like, it is not supposed to be like this. How do we have a blizzard and then out of nowhere it's like 70 degrees outside? Like, I'm scared for summer to come. Summer's gonna be hot. All right, and see, and like that's why it's called glassy, because it's giving, you know. So now I'm going to move on with powder. And first things first, I'm gonna go in with the Dior bronzer. I'm gonna use this brush here. It's more like pointy, so I think I can get some precision with it. I think I'm not entirely sure, but we're gonna see. I'm just gonna pat some on like so. Hopefully it's not too much. And I'm gonna start off with my forehead to bring that warmth back, like so. Just to bring that warmth back. And my cheeks too. And I'm just lightly flicking it on. Really light, because I don't want it to go all over. I want to have some control since this is more of a bigger brush. So that's mainly why. And it's definitely bringing back that warmth. Definitely bringing back that warmth. And slightly going on top where the edges are of the blush. And it's definitely bringing back that warmth, so that's good. It's not looking too crazy like it was looking like before. Yeah, I might have to get like a new shade and just bite the bullet and get a new shade. Maybe 3 would work better for me. And again, I'm just flicking it very lightly. Very lightly, like so. As you can see. All right, not too bad. All right, and now I could probably take the exact same brush and just honestly flip it, which I'm probably gonna do. I'm going in with another Saie Beauty SuperSuede Radiant Blush Powder in Stella. So we tried Grazy, Amore, and now this is Stella. And this is new, this is newer. Ooh, pigmentation. Ooh, okay. I'm actually kind of scared. Okay. We're just gonna pat it on. Okay. I don't know if this is the right brush for this, but I'm not mad at what I'm seeing. It definitely kind of settled down that glow, that dewiness. But I'm going to pick a different brush. Ooh, I could probably use this brush by Adept. This is the P6 brush. Like I said, I have so many P6 brushes, it's a shame, but you know, it's very versatile, so I ain't mad about it being in my collection so many times. Oh yeah, and there's like a slight like orange gold tint to it, like shine to it. Okay. Let me do the other side. Yeah, this is so much better than the other brush that I was using. And then if it's too much blush for you, you can always go back in with some setting powder, which is what I'm probably going to do right after. Yeah. Looking good so far, looking good so far. All right, now we're gonna move on to setting powder. So I like to use the LYS now or the Sephora pressed powder. I just real quick went back in with my concealer brush just to make sure I got all of, you know, any, you know, concealer that was going out of place. I want to make sure everything is smooth and blended in. And then I'm going to go back in with the LYS powder underneath my under eye and using the Sigma brush that I mentioned previously that I was going to leave for powder. And I use a lighter powder when I conceal, just in the places that I conceal. And then I'll probably go in with a more of a looser powder too. That's just translucent deep. I'll probably go back in with that with the Hourglass too, because that's also a part of my stash. And also I have their pressed powder that they came out with that I don't think I've used yet, so we can also do that too. Yeah, this powder is really good. Really good powder. I haven't tried do they have a pink one? I think they might have a pink one. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think I have that one. I don't think I need it, to be honest. I don't know what's going on with these like powders and the different concealers, the colors they're coming out with. Like, never thought green setting powder was a thing, but okay, you do you. Okay, I don't know what it's even meant to be. Maybe it's supposed to get rid of redness? I don't know. I mean, I guess. I don't know. All right, everything is looking good. All right, and I'm just gonna go straight back in with the Hourglass loose setting powder. Gonna take my BK brush in 106, So it's 106 brush. And I'm just gonna slightly even it out onto my brush. And then I'm gonna start just powdering my face. This should really help just bring it all in, everything that I've put on my face. Yeah, I'm so glad that I figured out what that primer was meant to be used for. And it's looking pretty good. It looks way better with this foundation. Okay, and then last but not least, gonna do my nose. Okay. Everything's looking good. All right, so we are probably done with that. I'm just gonna quickly spray my face to set everything all into place. I could honestly go in with this first, but the way that this is spritzing, I don't want dots to appear. So I'm gonna go in with my LYS Natural Finish Skin Loyalty Blur Mattifying Set Makeup Setting Spray. Long word, but okay. All right, and I'm going to, I'd probably take this brush to make sure I pat everything in. Or should I use a different brush? I should have prepared more before I sprayed my face, but we can go in with the Danessa brush. I think that's fine. And just make sure to pat everything all in. Like so. Okay. All right. Now I am officially pretty much done with my base. I don't think I need any highlighter. I think this is fine. And I'm just gonna go in and do my lips real quick. I'm using Boss Up Cosmetics, their Boss Gloss in, what shade is this? I don't think it has a shade name in here. I'm gonna have to look it up online, but it looks like this. I'll see if I can find it and put it on in the description box for y'all. But it looks really cute. So I'm gonna use that. But first, let me line my lips real quick. I'm gonna use the LYS lip liner. I'm trying to give this another try because these are kind of stiff, but this is in Rise Above. It's just so, oh my God, it's so stiff. One thing that I do love about the LYS line is the fact that everything is so inspirational. you know, like, I don't know how to explain it, but rise above, faithful, like, these words have meaning, and I think it definitely resonates with everyone who at least have, you know, purchased the brand. Many times are brand loyalists. Okay. And now let's try on this gloss. Woo! Okay, that's a lot. Ooh, it definitely, okay, wait a minute. That is a lot of gloss. That is a lot of gloss. Okay, it's nice and smooth. Very slippy. I would say this is more of an oil. It's not goopy. Or at least, like, when I put it on, it goes on nice and smooth. Like, there's slip to it. And I like the big applicator. Okay. Okay, this is nice. I like this. I like this. I like this lip gloss. All right. We're done with everything, and now it's time for the eyes. All right, I'm gonna quickly do my eyebrows, prime my eyelids, and we're gonna get started on this eyeshadow palette. Okay, I'm going to first go in with the purple shade here, the purple matte shade. And I think it is Pink Mirage. The like purple pastel shade. And I'm using my Sonia G brush in a soft shader. And I'm just gonna tap. Just gonna tap the color and kind of like build it like so. It's crazy how I'm using this little tiny mirror thing that's supposed to be the case for this. I'm just gonna put this all over the eyelid actually. So I still want you to be able to see it once I start adding in the shimmers. Okay, so as you can see, look at that. That's so gorgeous. All right, doing the other side. And I'm just taking it all over the eyelid. I'm just gonna put this shade on. I like how this shade looks on my eyelid. If you wanted to, you could just put on like a nice little matte shade for a transition, blend it out, call it a day, and that would be like a nice matte look. But I don't really do all matte looks, so, but I think it'll still look cute. Ooh. Got a cat hair on my nose. Yeah, this is definitely gorgeous. Gorgeous shade. All right, now I'm going to flip it over. I'm gonna go in with that blue shade. I'm thinking about either adding it on the inner corner or under the eye. Maybe under the eye could work. Okay, that looks nice. Okay, that looks nice. And then I can probably go in with another brush to kind of blend it in a little bit. Yeah. Okay, this definitely works. Okay, great. Do it on the other side. And like I'm just like tapping as close as I can to the under eyelid. Like so, as you can see. And then I'm gonna take that same brush that I used before to blend it, just to blend the edges out. Like so. That actually looks pretty cute, actually. All right, now moving on to the shimmers. I don't know which shimmer I want to use, but first off, before I get way ahead of myself, let's try this brown matte shade first as a transition shade. Just more up top like so. Just to bring the look all together. All right, doing it to the other side. I don't know why my nose is running. Ugh, but my nose is running. I don't know why. Maybe I'm too focused. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just too focused with this. Oh my God. this is bad. One moment. All right. All right, and I still want to bring some of that shade back in there. So we're gonna take another flat brush. Let me see what brush I can use for that. Okay, this is perfect. I'm gonna use the Adept E62. The other brush that I was using, the Refer brush, was, where did that brush go? I lost that brush. Oh, there it is. It is the 01 Mini. All right, and now I'm just gonna tap that purple shade just to bring it back just a bit. Still want to make sure it's being seen, even though I'm putting on shimmer. I don't want it to get totally lost. All right, now I'm going to put on some glitter primer, and we're gonna get started on the shimmers. All right, so we have the shade, is it Gilded Dream or is it Moon Dust? I think it's Gilded Dream. I'm bringing the ones on the bottom, but then the ones on top also sound like they could be names of shimmers. So I don't know, but it's the brown shimmer. It's the brown shimmer. And let me see. This is what it looks like. Ooh. Actually, it looks nice. I might want to go in with that. And then I'm gonna see if I can put it all together. Next to it is the purple shade right here. It's more, it's like you kind of see a hint of the purple just slightly, but it's actually really, like, you see like green flips to it and gold flips to it, which is interesting. I don't know if you can catch that on camera, but it's like where my thumb is. And then I can probably add the green shade here. So this is the green shade. Obviously, I'm going to put swatches as well on here, but that's the green shade right here. So we have the green shade. We have the brown shade. And then next to it, which is this shade right here, is the blue shade. No, the purple shade. This is the purple shade right here. I still don't know which ones I want to go with, but, and honestly, you can also tell here too. I don't know what shades, but I'm kind of leaning towards this. I also love this because I love the flip to it. They both have like amazing flips though. And I think I want to go in because I want to match it out. I'm gonna go in with the blue shade. I'm gonna put this on top, like this on the side, like so. Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh, are you kidding me? All right, now the other side. Like, are you kidding me? Oh my God, this is gorgeous. Oh my God. I'm definitely loving these shimmers, especially the blue one. Looks really nice. Okay, Danessa, that looks really, really nice. Looks really nice. All right, and then maybe I'll go in with the brown shimmer on, I'm dropping brushes. Ugh. Maybe I could go in, where is that other brush at? This is very chaotic. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna go in with the BK Beauty Nikki LaRose eyeshadow brush in 22. I'm gonna go in with the brown. Ooh, that might be a little bit too much. I might have picked up a little bit too much. But I'm gonna take it to the inner corner. Okay, that looks nice, actually. That looks nice. And do I want to connect it? I don't know if I want to connect it because I don't want to get rid of like the purple shade. But maybe I can go in just slightly with the purple one. Just slightly on the edge. Just slightly. I'm gonna see if this brush works just so I can be more detailed. I definitely don't want to get rid of the matte. Okay. Okay, that's good. And then you can still see the matte shade. Okay. I don't know how this look is actually coming out, but I'm actually having fun. If y'all haven't been telling, I've been having fun so far with this look. And then I guess I can use the same brush and maybe dip into that purple shade. Or should I do that blue shade? I kind of want to do that blue, just slightly, just a little bit. Ooh. All right, I just used the blue shimmer. And then I'm gonna connect it with the brown, just slightly. And now let me blend it all the edges real quick. All right, then I'm gonna I can honestly take my concealer brush that I was using before, or my foundation brush. But I could probably get something a little bit smaller, just because I want to make sure that it's still looking at least somewhat put together and clean. So I'm going to take a little bit of my concealer. I'm going to clean up the under eyes and be right back. All right, I am back. Now it is time for me to put on mascara, but definitely you can get a lot of fallout, especially when you're trying to do like the under eyelid, which is why sometimes I avoid it. But it's so fun. I wanted to make sure I use all of the colors. Definitely this needs like a part 2. I feel like I had so much fun with this palette and I could do a lot more looks with it. But this is the look. So I'm gonna put on mascara and close out the video. All right, this is the final look. I definitely love playing with this palette. I had so much fun. I created this fun look. I love pastel colors. Pastel colors can definitely be color friendly. It's just a way about doing things, and I think Danessa Myricks has taken that into consideration with the shades and the tones that she used, that she created for this palette, curation of the Freedom palette. I had so much fun with this. Let me know what you think. How did I do? Did I do a good job? But I normally just avoid putting anything under my eyelid. I just, because the fallout, and especially with the shimmer, it can be very, very crazy. And definitely my lashes did get lost, especially my under lashes. So I did put mascara on, which I don't really do. I kind of leave that alone. But definitely can lead to some fallout. But other than that, I love the look that I created. I had so much fun. I am definitely going to keep this primer. It definitely works for a different type of formula, which was, mainly the reason, at least what I was thinking that it could go wrong with the Teint Idole Ultra Wear one. That's like the matte formula. So now that I know that it actually belongs to the Care and Glow foundation, I feel so much better to definitely continue to keep this in my collection. But other than that, I am done. This is the final look. Everything that I've used will be in the description box below. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna try and see if I can find any other palettes that I forgot, because I don't know why I forgot I had this. It was just sitting there. I never used it. So definitely going to start using some of my palettes that it's just sitting there. So yes. And without further ado, remember to love yourself, be kind to yourself, and love your skin. And I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.